Hey, in this quick video, we're going to look at installing Databricks AI DevKit for Visual Studio Code with Copilot. So what I'll do is I'll go to the actual repository. Pretty quick in the README, you will see the list of ways to get going, and we'll jump to the quick install. I am going to do this on Windows machine, so instead of Mac Linux in this case, I'll be using Windows. PowerShell, make sure you use whatever's appropriate for your environment. From there, I'm opening up PowerShell. I will go ahead and run that command. This is essentially going to take a script from that repo and run it. It is kind of warning me that I have an older Databricks CLI that could become an issue. I'm going to go ahead and go for this install anyway and hope for the best, and then I'll update that after the fact. So I will pick everything I need this installed for. Let's just focus on GitHub Copilot for now. Now it's asking me about profiles, so I can either make a brand new profile by doing custom or go ahead and pick one that exists. And basically I'll pick default. If I need to repoint it to the workspace I really care about, I can do that in a moment. But this will set up all my configs to use default and log me in as default. And from there, I can just make sure that's the workspace I want or change what default is pointed to. I do all of that really via the CLI, by the way. Okay, so now I get to choose, do I want this at the project level or global level? I'll go and do project because it's easier to see. It's easier for me to have different types of installs. And that means as long as I open Visual Studio Code as the root folder is the project that I put this into, I'll be okay. If I switch to a different project, I'd have to reinstall it. Or in that case, I could have done global so that it applies to everything I do on this machine. We can choose different skills if we want to. I'm going to stick with all. We can go ahead and give a custom path if we don't like where it's planning to store the files and the libraries related to our MCP server. I will hit enter to keep the default value, which is kind of shared across any installs I do, unless I decide to make it custom in additional installs. Now I'll proceed with installation just by choosing yes, which is the default, so I can just hit enter, and it will go through and do the setup. Okay, so I skipped ahead. It took a couple minutes to print out this information and to do the actual install, and then it printed this information. So it's seen that I've already have my default profile configured, and so it's skipping that step. And in the next steps, I can see a few different things that I should consider. In Copilot chat, it's telling me to go ahead and configure tools and then enable Databricks. Let's walk through that really quick. From there, if you have agent mode enabled, you would also want to set it up to access the skills and MCP tools, it looks like. And so whatever next steps you see are probably going to guide you on your way. For Copilot, it's probably pretty similar to what I'm seeing here. So opening up my Visual Studio Code, let me go ahead and open the folder I am using today. So of course I trust the authors because it's me and my colleagues. You hopefully will trust us, and you can look at all the code to make sure you trust us. Of course, that's one of the benefits of having this open the way it is. So what I can see is that it added a bunch of skills into my .github/skills. So if you're using Claude or Cursor, these are going to be in a different directory, but .github's the one for my setup here. I've also got a little bit of information about version and what's installed in my AI DevKit, and then the other stuff is pretty standard for this setup. The install.ps one you probably won't have if you followed my setup instructions. This was when I was trying to do a more advanced setup earlier before recording. Okay, so what I can do now is I've got my chat on the side, and I need to find those configurations. So bear with me as we find the right spot here. I'm going to click on this configure tools in the bottom. There's some things that come, I think, automatic. I don't think I've turned any of these things on, but I can see this Databricks MCP servers right here. So I'm going to check that and go ahead and try update tools and see what happens here. Okay, so it's got quite a few different capabilities available. And the other thing that we were told to do. Okay, so up here then I can go ahead and check on skills, and I can see the skills that are available and select certain ones if I want to go look at them and maybe customize them. Also, if I go up here and look at MCP servers, then I can see Down here at the bottom is a place to see the MCP servers that are installed, and I'll optionally try to do some configuration on them. Now, the next thing I will do is go ahead and try to see if it's actually working. So maybe what I'll say is create a simple SDP to read data from samples.nyctaxi.trips and create dabs to use with that. And then we're going to see if it is able to track down the right skills and do what I'm hoping it will do here. So we can see in the working session that it is reading some of these skills. Let me let this complete, and then we'll go back and take a look at what it did. Okay, so just created a bunch of things actually pretty quickly. It's using Haiku, which is one of the faster models, so I won't be surprised if it didn't get everything perfect on the first go, but it's got some things I can work with and use. Now, let's take a quick look at the kind of tool selection and thought process it went to. So here it tells out that it needs to use the Spark Declarative Pipeline skill and the bundle skill. Great. From there, it used a bunch of stuff, created something that looks pretty legit. We're just going to pretend like this works for now and not go through whether or not our Haiku model with these skills was perfect, because I have other videos showing more in depth about kind of the quality I get when using AI DevKit. The one thing I didn't see yet is the MCP server in action. So let me say execute SQL to show top 10 records and samples NYC taxi trips. There, we can see it's trying to use the MCP server. I'll go ahead and allow that, and if anything goes wrong, I'll just troubleshoot it offline here. It's probably about, I actually do need to re-authenticate. I'm not sure why it thought I didn't need to when I did my install. Maybe quick tip on that is basically if I say, turn on my terminal, use my CLI, Databricks auth login, and then put whatever profile name I used when I set this up, which was default. That should take me, assuming I've set it up with kind of the default Databricks CLI authentication methods, it'll take me to my browser window and log me into my workspace. So from there, if I go back and try that same thing again, I think I'm gonna have a good success. So I'll stop what was happening. Remember, do not just let your whatever agent you're using, don't let it just go crazy on things if it's on the wrong track. Stop it, start fresh. Let it get on track again. All right, it ran a query, got the results, and now it's showing them all to me right here. There we go. That is a quick test of using Copilot with AI DevKit from Visual Studio Code.